This is Airhead News, and normally I would be coming from you live on the field, work, walking, bars, brothels, courthouses, construction, anything, you know, a lot of walking, sunbathing, not more to walking instead of laying. And coming at you from one spot for 5 years now. Nobody I can run down and talk to. Hey, what do you do? What kind of major you got? What do y'all study? So, English? Well, what about this? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I didn't think you would. So, college town, raised around the auto industry repair. That is really, really just unbelievable. The way that they create stuff to make necessities, like I can't tell you how many times all you have to do is just redesign it. Call the company, they won't even talk to you. Beg them for a job, say, I'll help you get your shit right, and then they don't even call you. The problem, okay, it's the news. I gotta make the news. I can't splice it, but that's where I'm long-winded. When I learned to splice my videos, I know you gotta download them, upload them, whatever. I don't have too much time. Airhead News. What they ain't doing. Well, they ain't running around here incentivizing independent agricultural self-sustainability like they could at every apartment, on every terrace. A terrace can grow you so much beautiful things if you just have a person there to maintain the watering schedule. Here, what ain't they doing? Airhead News, what ain't they doing if you didn't get it? They ain't being proactive. They're not trying new things. What don't work, change. Age of consent. Well, the 3 years or 4 years, whatever it is, span, starting at whatever age it is, goes up. I mean, it seems about right. I seem to think that we work on fives myself. So, along with the fives rule of proper consent, I mean, what they ain't doing is allowing them people with the proper consent to be allowed to participate and interject and comment freely, clearly, and securely through any modern communications avenues. That's what they ain't doing. They're not allowing participation from the fresh minds, because look, back in the day, 15 is a pretty hard working man. Because he damn sure ain't going to do it at 16 because he can get the shit out of there. Hey. And, I mean, yeah, that's a joke. What they ain't doing, letting participation. Okay, I've said that a couple times. But then again, I'm sitting here by myself, not really any constructive criticism or any kind of geek squad out there picking up on anything. So, I guess I'm going to have to float $1 to them. That could have been my tech guys. And so on and so forth. But it's not my tech guys. It is something that I have to spend some time picking back up. Airhead News. What they ain't doing. Well, they ain't allowing the proper progression of liberties that would give everybody the incentive to do this thing, that thing, and the other. Not to quote anybody, but a lot of my Airhead News probably will have to be quoting, right? Ain't that something you gotta do? But it's gonna be abstract quoting because I don't know any of their names. You just kind of hear them in the background. And I guarantee you 3 out of 3 houses at some point in time, it's got the same buzz feed coming in on the internet as it does out of. Well, it's a little different nowadays, ain't it? Quieter. A lot quieter. Somebody's old power lines. Supersonic ones right here. I've always lived a little close to power lines. I like to see them things off in the distance. I don't think we need them. It's the last bailout, really, other than the insurance companies, the pharmaceutical companies, intellectual technology. I don't know why somebody. That's why we don't have them component cars, ain't it? I always wondered why we didn't have component cars when I was a kid. Take the fenders off. There's the motor. Not. You can put any motor in that sucker. You can just take that fender off. You can still probably. This is not working. Airhead News still can't figure out how to go live. Can you believe that? People get shot and killed on live, and I am not even able to post my political opinions 100% of the time on the major media outlets, Facebook, or my representatives. You know, so if they can stop anything at any point that I can see disappearing, which a couple times, like this last time, I was wrong. It was still there. They had another story with the same header below it. Okay. But anyhow, home review, I checked it. Confirmed time after time after time after time, especially back a time ago, a couple years ago, 4 years ago, God, some time. Constant suppression. Shit flicker. And be gone in. What I do? What I hit? What I touch? It's about to hit enter. I mean, the best of the best of the best has been deleted on the internet. That's this thing. Airhead News, what's going on in the world that they ain't doing? They sure talking about it enough. I mean, constantly forwarding motions and legislation and stuff to undermine the sovereignty of possessions. So, I mean, you know, we need to assimilate some kind of damn just regular sales tax, progressive liberty system, and get together and start investing. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm Airhead News. What ain't they doing? They ain't talking about the right things. And they're not talking about them in the right order. We should have a wall with the order of substances in which to comment, vote, whatever you want to call it. But once we got that wall, you can put your opinion why not, and they can put their opinion why. And then we don't have to sit here and clash. We will see why we want to move forward with innovation and exploration and cultivation. Cultivation is something they don't talk about. Cultivation of our habitats and our abilities. I don't see us constructing a radius of where they going. Why don't we just follow? Don't the moon sound like the most sustainable thing that you can, stable, easy to access? But we got to get up there green. If we can't glide up as bio and can't pulse up our rigid materials necessary to start foundries on the moon. I mean, if there's ice and there's rock, well, I mean, we don't want to waste it. But still, if there's ice and there's rock, that's something they ain't talking about. Make steel, produce anything up in space. I was thinking about that the other day. What are we going to do? We're going to ask Bill Nye Science Guy. We're going to ask everybody, everything, and they're going to block you on the internet. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to ask them anything and everything, and they're going to block you on the internet. Now, you news anchors know you don't give up your opinions and your rights just to be news anchors. So, I hope you keep good journalists.